NFL draft. NFL draft is currently going on. Was it day 2 right now? But we are gonna go over some of the picks for day 1. Me as a Jets fan, obviously, how do I feel about the picks that we had day 1? We had edge rusher David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper, and today, day 2, we had D'Angelo Pons. Like David Bailey, I think he's the best edge rusher in the draft. Natural edge rusher. Solely an edge rusher. But I wanted Arvell Reese. I wanted Arvell Reese just because of the higher potential level. Now, that's just on paper. Of course, when you're dealing with a guy that's more of a hybrid athlete, it's more appealing. He's younger than Bailey. He's more of a hybrid guy. You can be able to kind of develop him, especially because the Jets they're not going to be a contending team this year. They are building something. So in a development year for a lot of other players, he would just fall in line with that as well. So that appealed to me, especially because you got 3 first-round picks next year. Makes sense. But I'm not mad at a David Bailey because he's a good player. I don't want to make it seem like, oh my God, he's great. It's just that Arvell Reese goes to the damn Giants. Now I gotta hear about this thing. They're gonna be compared for the rest of their careers. Who is actually better? You know what I mean? I don't like that. I would love for him to have gone somewhere else. But for him to go to the damn Giants, I don't like it. I know you do, but I don't like it. So thoughts about Arvell Reese for your 5th pick, Silence hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably like the best player in the draft, just overall. They go pretty much back-to-back years with getting that, number 1 pick up. They got Carter last year.
Yeah.
So now they have Reese, Carter, Burns, Thibodeau. Like, nothing's getting past the leg. It's gonna be a crazy.
This is
crazy
old school Giants.
Yeah.
That's how they built the Giants before. Yeah. Those 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning, that front 7 was scary as hell. They ran OC at you. They had Justin Tuck. You had what's the other guy name? You had Strahan and oh my goodness, what's the other dude's name? But there was 4 guys that they would just. They just threw at you all the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way to build. And the fact that Harbaugh is a defensive guy, he's going to go back to that style.
Yeah.
If the Giants are smart, they do a physical style of game plan this year. Run the ball, keep Jackson Dart's attempts down so you keep him fresh. Make him manage the game. He's an accurate enough quarterback that you can be able to get him in certain situations that he can be able to move the chains. But if you have the offensive line, you got the running backs, lean on those guys and be able to move the chains. Wear people down. But if you can wear guys down and then defensively, if you can be able to put pressure on the quarterback, now everything secondary wise is a lot better. You don't have to have a great secondary if you have an elite pass rush. You know what I mean? So, they are really building something special over there with the Giants. I'm not even going to hate. I can't. I can't hate. I like what I see. You know what I mean?
It's going to be like with a healthy Neighbors, with a healthy Scatabo, with Dart, with Tracy. They just drafted a wide receiver today.
Yeah.
They signed Isaiah Likely. Just a lot of new.
Yeah, a lot of new faces, young pieces. So it's good. So with the number 3 pick, that's what kind of shook up the draft for me. The Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love with the number 3 pick, running back out of Notre Dame. Great player, but we saw what happened last year with the Raiders taking Genty high. It's very risky taking a running back that high when your team is not ready for it. Like, when you think about the Cardinals, they've never had a bad running game. They have a pretty decent running back room. Jeremiah Love is going to add to that, which is great. But, this was the position I think that they should have took Tate. Should have definitely took Carnell Tate here, because now you have Harrison, Carnell Tate. That's Trey McBride. That's scary as shit. Yeah, I don't care who the quarterback is. You put Geno Smith out there, and he would end up turning into Tom Brady with those three guys. So I thought that was a more intriguing option, but they fell in love with Love, and we'll see what happens. We talked about Arvell Reese to the Giants. Mansour Delaney goes to the Chiefs. They moved up to get him. That was a good pick. He's a dog. As a guy that's under 6 feet, but he is a typical cover receiver, shutdown corner type of potential guy. So the Chiefs add to their defense. Sonny Styles out of Ohio State goes to the Commanders. That was a great pick as well. The Commanders, they're building something good defensively over there. Jordan Tyson goes to the Saints. That's a big, big move. That kid is something special. Like, when you talk about special, you got Tate and you got Tyson. Both of those guys are just QB wide receiver ones. You let them go out there and go do their thing. Spencer Fano, that was an interesting one. So the Browns end up trading back and still getting the guy that they wanted in the first place. And then they got an extra pick and got a guy that they stole. So it's just like they're building something good over there. So like what they did, you guys getting Francis, what's his name, Maugua, offensive tackle. I fell in love with that guy when he said, "I will die." I will die for Jackson Dart. Sold. He's a crazy Samoan. That's what you need.
Yeah. I was seeing, obviously comparisons because Campbell said the same thing last year.
Yeah.
How did that play out for Patriots, whatever. But no, he's very, very talented. Even there's he fell back in the draft because I know he has herniated disc or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a concern, but definitely a really talented player. So
you ever seen that there's like a sport where these guys just run into each other? It's the craziest thing you'll ever see. They have I don't know if it's a football or there is a ball in their hand though, and the object is they're literally at opposite sides, and they literally are running into each other.
Is it like rugby or no?
No.
Kind of like rugby.
I guess they just took the field out of it. They're just literally running into each other. And most of the guys that are dominant in that sport are Samoan.
Yeah. They're just
So
big.
that's what I thought about. I'm just like, this dude can just run into people, and he would like it.
Yeah.
Because and I think his whole family plays football.
Yeah. They're just a different, Samoans are just different.
They're just built differently.
Humans.
Yeah.
They're just huge
humans.
People, so
yeah.
There's a lot of, obviously, football players that can, because, you're kind of born into this, you are a huge wall, you have to play football.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Caleb Downs goes to the Cowboys. That was a great pickup for the Cowboys as well. This was the interesting one. Bama goes back to back with their players, Caden Proctor, and then you got Ty Simpson going to the Rams. That one was a head scratcher. Everybody was just like, is Stafford retiring anytime soon? Because I don't think he is. The man just won the MVP. He's not going to retire. Why? But I'm happy because remember I was here. I don't want no damn Ty Simpson. I don't keep him away from my team. And he goes to the Rams. I like the Rams because that's my West Coast team. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like the fact that you draft this guy to replace Stafford. Stafford ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. So he's gonna sit there for about 4 years until he plays. Stafford ain't going nowhere. He ain't got no reason to go nowhere. They got a good team. They got a Super Bowl contending team. Ty Simpson ain't playing no time soon. And you know who was upset about it? Sean McVay. Sean McVay was like, I didn't pick him. This is whoever was the GM or the owner. I'm like, we don't want this. I want to win a Super Bowl. He doesn't help us now. Why the hell would I want this? So that was a head scratcher to me. Ruben Bain was an interesting pick. At 15, he drops all the way to 15. Like, there was no, when you seen all the picks that came before him, yeah, he could have probably gone to the Ravens. He could have probably went to the Dolphins. He could have probably went to the Cowboys. He could have probably went to a lot of these teams, but all of these teams went for need, right? And we were talking about this off pod. Like, you can be as talented as you want to be. Teams can like you. Teams can give you a high grade. But at the end of the day, teams are going to necessarily go after fit more than they're going to go after just the raw talent to be able to, just to have you on the team and accommodate you. That happens a lot, and you should think that way, but you should also think fit as well, because you're trying to put a roster together. You want to make sure that you have guys that are slotted in that allocated slot. Okay, we have a need at offensive tackle. We have to go get a tackle. Like, yeah, we might have this great player right here, but we can probably find a player that's maybe not the same talent as this otherworldly guy, but we can be able to go get this tackle that we know is going to be good, that can be able to help us right now and be able to secure what we need, right? So you look at this, yeah, he might have dropped, but I think he dropped to the place where he's going to excel. He went to the Bucks. Bucks have a need there at outside linebacker. So I think that was a very, very good very, very good move. He's an edge outside guy. He can be able to be outside linebacker, edge guy, so they can move him around. And he's great. He's a good player. He was slotted early on in the draft at 2 to us. So it was Bain, it was Arvell Reese, it was Bailey, and then all of a sudden, you stopped hearing about Bain, and then you started hearing more about Bailey and Arvell Reese. So, I'm going to be watching Bain's career very closely because he's a very talented guy. Here's where, as a Jets fan, I was a little mad. Not mad and to the point where, like, I didn't like the pick. I think the pick is fine, but for me, I was just like, I've been saying this since day one. 16, you gotta go receiver. Like, I don't care who it is, but it needs to be best player available, and it has to be a wide receiver. So whoever the best wide receiver is, at that point, you take him. You take him. And who it was Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon is still on the board. I'm just like, this is perfect. He's going to drop right here. And you get the news, and it's just like, Sadiq, what? Now, granted, the guy's a freak. He's an absolute freak. The dude has a faster run. He has a faster 40 time than Christian McCaffrey and what's his name? Bijan Robinson. He's 6'3.5". He's more of a physical freak like how DK Metcalf is. Like, you can line this guy up in the slot. You can line him up on the outside. He loves to block. He's a physical guy. This is a good player. But the Jets drafted Mason Taylor last year. So my thing is like, okay, so we're running 2 tight end sets? We needed to have a weapon that you can be able to play all the time. If they're going to move him around offensively, but make sure that he's out there all the time, I have no problem with it. But if you're going to use him as like this gadget specialty player, I don't want that. I need somebody that's going to be a difference maker, because you got Mitchell, you got Garrett Wilson, and you have Mason Taylor, and now you have Sadiq. That sounds good. I'm okay with that. But if you could have put Mekhi Lemon right there, you would have a nice slot. It would have been nice. Would have been nice. So am I mad? No. I'm just looking at it more from, I need to see how they're going to make it work. Because the Jets haven't had a modern style offense in a very long time. I don't remember ever having a modern style offense. So if they're going to be able to get with the times and make sure that we can have like a Trey McBride type of situation where now, we can have what the Patriots had a long ago with Gronk and Hernandez, cool. Give me that. But I need to see how they're going to make this work before I say totally on board. Because I'm just like, you know? Look at the little miserable old man. I was mad. But the guy's a good player, so. And then what I didn't like is that who gets him? Who gets Mekhi Lemon at 20? Huh? They move up. Poor Steelers was like, hey, listen, we're gonna draft you, kid. Yo, we're working on it right now. We're gonna get you. And the and the Eagles said, yeah, right. We're gonna make this deal with the Cowboys. We're gonna get him right now. And they drafted Mekhi. Why do the Eagles get all the good players every year? Every year they tend to get these players that they shouldn't get. Howie Roseman is a shark. I respect him. But it's like, come on now. It's enough. He could have went anywhere else. The Eagles? I gotta now watch the Eagles to watch this kid. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because you know me. I'm a USC guy. I've always been a USC fan. It was right there. It was right there, Jets. All you had to do was just put the bid in. You had him right there at 16. It bothers me. Because I know what's going to happen with this kid. He's going to end up being an all-pro. I can see it. And if Sadiq doesn't work out, you already know what's going to happen on this show. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to absolutely lose it.
Yeah, I already saw, last night Jets fans were like, oh, they really drafted a backup tight end over,
Against a starter.
Yeah.
A dude that can take the top off the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, sucks for you guys. But, I mean, he's in, Giants division, obviously, so we'll have to see him. So, sucks for Giants, too, so.
Okay, but see, the thing is, I can't really necessarily root for him because I hate the Eagles, too.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. So, whatever, man. And then, did you hear the story? Now, it could be a rumor. They were saying that how the Steelers ran out of time in their war room, their draft room, and automatically picked the guy that was on their board that they didn't necessarily want to pick. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it's funny. It's funny if it was that the case. They didn't have Lemon dropping to them, but then they didn't have a backup plan when he got drafted before them. So if you didn't have a plan, then who was on your big board because you didn't think that Lemon was going to be there?
I think it is interesting because how it played out. Even he thought he was going there. They got the phone call, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm a Steeler," and then all of a sudden the Eagles were like, "No, we're drafting you next." But I feel as a professional organization, you need to have a backup. So it's
you have your A, B, C, whatever it is. If this guy goes here, we go here. This guy get
So it's I feel how is that even possible to happen at that caliber of NFL team? You shouldn't be missing the clock. This is not a fantasy draft where it's
somebody's drunk and they and they fell asleep.
Yeah.
Or they took up the wrong sticker. Oh, so sorry. No. You got to take him now. You got to take him now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just I don't know, but it's a rumor, so I don't know if it's accurate or not. I spoke to Bryson. Shouts to Bryson carving it up. He said that he's a project, but the upside is tremendous if it does work out. So. I think Steeler fans, I don't know if they're split on it, but, the Steeler fan that I spoke to, he was very excited about it. So, we'll see about that. Let's see here. There's nothing really else surprised me. I think the Chiefs getting Peter Woods, they've just really solidified their defense. What I talked about with the Browns with KC Concepcion, that was that's a good pick. Like the Browns literally got into the draft. They got exactly what they wanted, and they got better. They made tremendous strides in the offseason, shoring up their offensive line. They just got another offensive lineman, and then they get a receiver that can be able to help Shador improve and be better. I like what they're doing. I like what the Browns are doing, man. I am rooting for the Browns because at the end of the day, they already had a pretty good defense, right? You now have Fanning as your starting tight end now. You have Concepcion there. You still have Jerry Jeudy. You have Judkins as your running back. You have Myles Garrett, which is still a freak. They got something brewing here. You know what I mean? There's something brewing there.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the AFC North is going to be an interesting division. It's always an interesting division, but there's a lot of talent in the AFC North right now. So yeah, you know, if I'm gonna just go ahead and go look at the Jets draft on a whole, because what we did was at 30 we traded back into the first round and we got Omar Cooper Jr. Great player. Like he's not a bad player at all. So yeah, we didn't get Mackay, but Cooper is damn good as well, right? So that's why I'm not mad. Like I'm not mad at the Sadiq pick, and I'm not mad at the Bailey pick, and I'm not mad at the Cooper pick. It's just that I wanted other players that I felt had more upside, right? But sometimes you can't predict upside. You can't predict what these guys' careers are going to be. Like, you know what I mean? Just because somebody says that, oh, well, he has more potential than this guy, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to end up being a better player than who you selected. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to the players. It's a crapshoot at the end of the day. You hope that this guy can be able to be what you want them to be. So, you know, out of these picks here, out of these 3 picks that we had in the first round, I've always said that you have to hit. If you hit on your first round picks, you're going to be in a very, very good position. That's why the Cowboys, for so long, they've been like an average team. Because they've hit so well on their first round picks, they can be able to now balance out their roster. If they were spending in free agency as well as drafting well they've been drafting, I think the Cowboys would have probably won a Super Bowl by now. But they went solely on, we're just going to focus on the draft and not focus on spending any money in free agency. That's not a good balance to strike. Starting to improve now. They had a good draft as well, so we'll see. But you got to hit on your first round picks. You have to hit, and you got to make sure that that's how you're building your team. And hopefully we can hit on these 3 because we got another 3 next year. And you already know what I'm saying, right? I don't care what happens this year. Don't care. The Jets can win 13 games. Great. They can win 2 games. Even better, right? Whatever amount of games you win, those 3 draft picks that you got, you package those up, a nice package. You get some other picks as well, package those up, and whoever got the top 2 pick, you say, hey, we're going to give you this, okay? Give me Arch. And that's who we want. I want a damn quarterback next year. I don't give a damn where we at. I don't care where we're positioned. Quarterback, okay? That's it. And if it's not a Manning on the back of that jersey, I'm going to be upset. That's all I'm saying. That's who I want. That's it. Listen, that is it. I don't want anybody else. It is primed, set up the way it's supposed to be set up. Don't let me down. Just don't. Geno Smith is here. He's going to choke it away for us this year. And I love it. I love it. He's going to play as bad as he wants to play. We're going to have a nice position. But you package those up and you go get me Arch. Because I'm telling you, Arch is going to have a phenomenal year at Texas this year. I can feel it. Which means that he's going to possibly be the overall #1 pick. I feel it. And you got to get him. No matter what it takes. So I know that may hurt you. As a Giants fan, I don't care, Silent Assassin. We want our own Manning. You had yours. He won your 2 Super Bowls. I need mine. Okay? I need a Manning. Damn that.
They're not going to let it happen. It's not going to happen.
It's going to happen. Okay? I am wishing it into existence. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
They're going to win the 13 games.
Oh,
and then they're going to have hope.
could you imagine? And then re-sign Geno? That's what they're going to do.
They're not going to get Manning. That's going to happen.
Oh, Geno, he's back. I will lose my mind on this show. I will throw this over. It will be a viral moment. I will lose it.
Yep. It's going to happen. And then Eli and Payne and everyone, they're not going to allow him to touch that green nasty jersey. So.
You know what? Goodness. I can't have Arch go anywhere else but New York. Like it would hurt me so much. Like I don't get hurt a lot in football, right? My emotions are very like calm when it comes to that would hurt. That would hurt me. You know? That would hurt. So please. Muji, please do. Because I like what you did. I'm gonna give you A- so far. It would have been an A if you would have got me Orville Reese, but A-. Very good draft so far. Keep it up. Moving on.